Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This is going to be a rather quick video. I want you to see what's going on in the precious metals. If you missed the situation last night on Charlie's show, I was on the show last night discussing why I felt that there was an attack on the precious metals, especially gold and silver, as if they want to beat it down to close to zero as possible. As you see, every time the market attempted to rally, this is a gold chart, we're under the Kumo cloud. This is the Kumo cloud up in here. Each time the market attempted to run back up toward the bottom of the Kumo cloud, it failed. And you see here, here, and now here. So it's respecting that Kumo cloud resistance and then falling back down toward trend line support, which is this black line here. Okay. Once we crash through this trend line support, and this trend line support right now, we'll call this 1647. Once it crashes below the 1647 mark, we're now into a negative pulse wave situation within a bearish trend, which means that the selling pressure would accelerate drastically. The last time we saw a breach of the trend line support pulse wave, we went deep. As you can see here, this is the 1658 all the way down to 1625. The last one here, we crashed from 1698 all the way down to like 1635. So we keep crashing every time we get we hit these pulse waves. These are acceleration points, and you see here last time we did it here, and we did it here, and it's just a nasty looking chart. Every time you try to buy these potential breakouts here, they always fail. We failed here, as you can see. Likewise, we failed here, and we attempted to get up in here but failed also. Okay, respecting the resistance marks all the way down is what you saw here. So each time the market tried to retrace some of these losses, we always failed. So it's just not a good sign right now in the gold and silver market. Okay, as you can see here now, switching over to the silver. Silver is in the same situation. We're in a bearish trend, as you can see here. We failed to get above the Kumo cloud resistance, and you can see it respected it perfectly, and now it's on its way back down. Trend line support on the silver is at 30.08, $30.08. Once we crash below that, and it's off to the races to the downside. We do have a rather good support back along the 29.53 area, so it's about $1 away from where we are now. So we'll see if we get back up there, and if the market can try to bounce back again. But like I said, it's looking like they really want to bring gold and silver to as low, close to zero as possible. Look at this. Look at this major collapse that we had after the silver got up to 33.70. It just collapsed. Look at this, dropping $2 and $3 a day. Look at that, and it can't catch a break. They just will not let this market rally at all. Pretty much what we did was a 50% retracement off of this high back here, made on November the 29th of 2012 at 34.39. All we did was retrace that when we topped out a few days ago at 32.40. That's all we did. We just retraced this loss here, and now we're headed back down to here, and then to here, and then below this black line here. That's where we're headed to right now, unfortunately. And the trend looks to be locking in now. See this red line here? how it started on this day here. Now it's locking in. It's locking in this downtrend, just like we did back here when we locked it in here, and we attempted to lock in here, but instead we got a breakout. Then it failed. Then it broke out again. Then it kind of failed, and then it broke out again. So that's where we've been right now with the silver market. Okay, so basically that's pretty much it. What's going on with gold and silver? Not looking very good, like I said. But let's take a look at the S&P 500 so you can see a comparison. Okay, as you can see here, this is the S&P 500. You can see we're bullish. However, we're no longer locked in. All right, and that's the interesting part. Doesn't mean we can't push higher. It just means that we're no longer locked in. You see how the dark green line here, that's a lock in. That's a lock in. When we're not locked in, we can form start to begin to form a bearish pattern. We tried to do it here, it failed, and locked back in again. But here, we actually did form it, and it failed, but it failed to lock in. It did pull back a little bit, but it failed to lock in, as you can see. It started it and then failed right here, and then we just gapped up and never looked back again, as you can see. So it's a powerful market, as you can see. It's nicely supported, as you can see also, but we are starting to see possible signs of a top out. I don't like to see these potential lock-ins right here, and based on how we close today, we could possibly see that again. We just have to watch and see and be careful. But I will say that this is still a powerful market, and we just want to be on our P's and Q's and see what may develop. I wouldn't really get scared about getting long the market and buying, as long as sticking with the trend. We just need to continue to do so. On another note, though, I will say that our upside targets right now on here, we are at the long-term trend line resistance of 1500. Okay, 1500 even. That's the long-term trend line resistance. Our 12 to 18 month price target, all things being equal, if this strong mega bull trend continues, is well over 1700 for the S&P 500. That's 1738 to be exact. That's where we could end up. So you're going to want to be mindful of that as this thing keeps going. Our long-term trend line support is around the 1381 level. So we got about 100 points of hardcore air pocket underneath of us to keep this market suspended for some time. Even if we do pull back, we have major trend line support at 1445, believe it or not. So we could pull back some 50 points here and still be supported. That would be this black line right here. Your Kumo cloud is way down here. Okay, the cloud hasn't even started to develop yet, so we still have more that we can do. We could just waffle around. We could do a lot, but the Kumo cloud, the top of the Kumo cloud right now, as we speak, is all the way down at 1410. So that's that's quite a way that you can go. So basically, you can get all the way down to 1400, you can say, and still have some bullishness in the market and still be strong and just rally right back up again. That's pretty powerful. So we want to keep that in mind, and don't be afraid of the markets. Go long and short. Take your signals. Take what you can and give nothing back. You know how we do. Until next time, be encouraged and stay tuned.